morning guys, hi again, welcome back. Hope everyone's doing so well. It is currently Tuesday morning for me. I'm just finishing getting ready. It's like 8:45 a.m. I've got a meeting at 9:30 and then I need to leave the house around 10:45. I'd say it's a bit of a jam-packed day. I've actually been loving these like winter mornings. One thing I do love about the winter is being able to watch the sunrise, because I get up around like 6:30 and then it's still dark at that point, but the sunrise is around like 7. I've been reading a new book called The Creative Act. This feels like it's every creative's Bible. Like everyone always goes on about it, especially if you're like in the creative industry, if you're an artist of some sort. So I decided to check it out. I'm on page 77 and it's incredible. I'm really enjoying it so far. Like I haven't even made that much of a dent, so that's gonna be my new like morning reading routine. My issue with reading fiction is I don't like reading that sort of stuff to start my day. That feels like an end of the day type thing. So what I really need to get is maybe one of those book lights that I can use to like read, or like a night light that I can use to read once I've like turned my big light off. I love reading and gaining something. I feel like at the end of the day, that's when I can read for fun, read to escape. The one thing that's stuck with me so far is the importance of just being in a state of awareness and how important that is for creativity. Often us like creatives get stuck in a cycle of just creating what we're used to, maybe losing inspiration and just kind of going on autopilot. But every single time when I've allowed myself to be bored and just look outward, and sometimes even look inward, because sometimes there's too much going on in your mind, you can't look inward, but just getting bored and just being aware of everything helps with creativity so much. Yeah, I don't know, I just feel like I feel like I'll be able to give a more comprehensive review. Maybe I'll sit down and actually talk about it in like a video essay type thing later on. But yeah, so far so very good. I'll leave a link down below. But yeah, I'm gonna finish getting ready and then I'll have my meeting and then we can catch up about how the rest of this day is gonna go. Alright, it's 9:25, I'm about to jump in a Zoom meeting. It's for a brand partnership that I'm doing. Got 6 minutes and I need to read over the brief. So I'm gonna do that now quick. It could go one of two ways. Either the brand or the agency has assumed you haven't read the brief at all and they just go through it with you step by step, which is fine. I'm normally quite prepared and I read everything ahead of time anyway. So the meetings just serve as a good way to be able to ask any questions if you have any. Because this is to do with finance, there are a lot of different rules and regulations that we have to follow when promoting financial products. So yeah, that's probably the reason for the meeting. But yeah, I've got 5 minutes. I'm going to read this brief and then we'll jump in the meeting. Alright, it's 10 a.m, call is finished. That went really well, very quick, very simple. I want to finish getting ready, figure out my outfit, because today I'm doing a podcast episode. We're going to the studio. By the time this goes out, the guest episode should be out. Really excited because we're speaking to Tanisha Spring, who is a black female actress. I'm so excited that our guest Tanisha is in musical theatre. She's in Moulin Rouge at the moment, so I'm just so excited to get into the nitty-gritty of what it's like to be in musical theatre and what it's like to be a black woman in the industry. So yeah, but I want to get lunch first. I'm probably going to go to Watch House. Let's be so real. It's been a minute, and there is one near our studio. It should be good. I like days like this when I can just bring you guys out and about with me in London. So yeah, I might do a tiny bit of work on my laptop and then we'll get ready to go.
The huge majority of the value in the stock market is in antiquities. Apple, Tesla, Microsoft. So
Alexa, what's the weather like today in London?
In London, England, it's 9 degrees Celsius with clear skies and sun.
Okay.
Today, you can expect partly sunny weather, with a high of 12 degrees and a low of 6 degrees.
Alright, it's time to go. I'm actually running late all of a sudden. I've got this top on, which I'm actually kind of enjoying. It gives me like Tudor vibes or something, I don't know. But yeah, anyway, it's time to go.
her to the silence. I love how she looks at me.
I just went to audition, seeing how it was, and I was sold by then. And now taking over the role, I'm the first dark-skinned woman to take over. First of all, I think I was the first dark-skinned woman to play at all.
It's later on in the afternoon, finished at the studio. I've just got on the tube and I'm now in like Embankment. It's like a few seconds away from Strand. I'm gonna check out the National Portrait Gallery because I've got 2 events later on today, but I've got a bit of time until I need to be there. But yeah, the studio session went really well. Tanisha was really, really lovely. It was such a good conversation. We spoke about everything from what it's like being a black woman in musical theatre, what a day in the life looks like, being on the West End. Like, there's so much, honestly. It was so fun. Yeah, I'm gonna check out the National Portrait Gallery because I'm always looking for new museums and galleries, and obviously the Portrait Gallery isn't new, but they've been renovating it for such a long time and I haven't been since it's really opened, so very excited about that. And then later I'm going to an event with Barocca, and then I've got a theatre press event which is super cool, and that's in Chelsea, so it's going to be a late night for me, but I'm very excited. But yeah, that's basically the plan, so let's go to the Portrait Gallery and then we'll catch up in a bit. At the National Portrait Gallery. Honestly, I'm very surprised, like pleasantly surprised. I feel like I went in with extremely low expectations and it was just better than anything I could have ever imagined. Previously, the stuff that you see in like the National Portrait Gallery, the National Gallery, they're all very like samey, but honestly this was such a breath of fresh air. It was so diverse. I didn't expect to see many or any like black people featured at all. And the fact that there were so many black people featured, as well as just like positive stories instead of just stories about like the slave trade, was so interesting. I recently went to the Black Atlantic exhibition in Cambridge. Check out the vlog if you haven't already. And I was saying how I wish more exhibitions were like just showing black art in a more positive way, while still also obviously sharing the history and just being honest about it. This honestly felt like it did that. They had everything from like pop culture as well, music, art from the 2000s, not just like Tudors and you know all the really like old stuff, which was obviously there as well. But yeah, it was great. It's the first exhibition I've been to in London especially where they're just like so open and honest about the history of England, and it really makes you like England's history is filthy. It's actually terrible. For example, some of the portraits were like the first black news editor, one of the women in the first all-black cast for a musical. But yeah, I need to make my way to this event. It's only like a 13-minute walk away from me. I've booked to do like a talk, I think, to listen to a talk. That should be like a 20-minute thing at 5:20. So that should finish at 5:40, and then I'll make my way to this other theatre press event that I'm gonna go to after that. But yeah, let's get going. Alright, the event is done. I need to rush now to the theatre because it's 6:15. The theatre is half an hour away and it starts at 7, but there's a reception before. But the event was really cool. I also kind of want to get something from the supermarket to have for dinner, maybe a meal deal, before I like make my journey. So yeah, let's get going.